you have for young women who turn to OnlyFans for solely financial reasons? What else could they do for money?
Literally anything else. You're not going to have a life of comfort. You're not going to have a life of like whatever you see on Instagram. I mean, I slept on friends' couches. I actually had a friend, ironically, in Miami who, like, we were best friends all through high school, went to a club one night, and our luck somehow ended up with, like, meeting, you know, Wyclef and Lil Wayne, and she just turned the whole life. And I remember I was so broke, and she was living in like a condo in Miami. We were in our early 20s, and I was visiting her coming from school, and she gave up school, you know, sleeping with everybody, Drake, you know, shit. But she was living in, like, you know, imagine I'm like 20 years old, and I was 19, I think, and she was living, it just looked like she had so much, you know. And
where's she at now?
Well, I'm gonna update you on her story real quick, right? And she was so innocent, but then she just was effing everybody, and every rapper was paying for her. And I remember vividly crying on the phone with my friend named Devin, and I was just like, it's so unfair. She has everything. And it's like, if only I just slept with this guy, like I could have everything that he has. And he said, Candace, if you think that in 10 years your life is not going to be better than hers, you're out of your mind. Promise you, stop being friends with her. After I just couldn't look at her do this to her life anymore. And 10 years later, almost to the day, I was with Charlie Kirk. We walked into the Four Seasons Hotel in Los Angeles, and she was the hostess.
Wow, working.
You see, whenever I get sent stories like this is the stuff that I love to expose or highlight, because, you know, there's so many women who are out there who people really do not understand. You know, I did a video recently when I was talking about basically like a little bit of a segment of, you know, how much women that are at the forefront of media are responsible for a lot of the decisions that a lot of younger women are making. And there were so many comments in the comment sections that were saying stuff like, oh, you know, that's like, you know, no man can go anywhere and blame other men for his decision making and stuff like that. It's just like a cop out, and that, you know, women, they always try to act like it's everybody else, but it's a them issue. And, you know, music or whatever influence is out there should have nothing to do with it. And I really beg to differ. I really do beg to differ. And the reason why is because I say this all the time, but women are naturally sponges. We absorb and then we create. We are just naturally that way. Why do you think that women are the biggest consumers? Why do you think that most of the ads on TV are targeted towards women? Because women are the buyers. Why did the term social media influencer come about? Because they are influencing women to make certain purchases by the way that they are portraying themselves or by the things that they are doing. It is all to women because they feel that women are the ones that they can easily infiltrate their minds and create and be able to push them in the way that they want to push them. It's something that we've seen over and over and over again. And, you know, I love that Candace was very candid about this story because, you know, some people, they get to a certain space and then they just start lying. They start acting like they've been perfect. They've never made any mistakes. They were never in a space that they had, you know, certain ideas or certain thought processes. You know, they just woke up and they just always thought this way. And I think that her sharing this testament that, like, hey, I saw my friend living way better than me and I wanted that kind of lifestyle. And I felt dumb that I didn't go down the same path that she did to obtain it. That's very candid. She said it, you know, she's like, you know, one thing's for sure is that you might not live the same lifestyle. You might not have the same opportunities. You might not be able to be an IG model and, you know, have a certain household behind you when you're trying to edit your videos, whatever the case is. But, you know, that's not the end all be all. And I think that a lot more women need to understand that if you can have the money, you can have the bags, you can have the jewelry, you can have the car, you can have the access to go all of these places, but you have nothing if you have no peace. Don't let nobody fool you. Why do you think that there's so many people who have millions of dollars always are turning around and trying to go all over the world to try to fill the void that's within them? Because they thought that void could be bought. It could be purchased. If I have more money, if I have more things, if I do more stuff, then maybe I will feel, but it's not true. Your peace of mind, being able to look at yourself in the mirror and being happy with what you see, that's irreplaceable. You cannot put a value on that. There's no purchase sticker. And truth be told, to even take it a step further, in this situation, she saw that her life, I guess she was saying was quote unquote better than the other woman's wife because because the other woman became a hostess. But I think that sometimes we need to see that no matter what their life looks like, you should stop comparing yourself to other people. Comparison is the thief of joy. I see people do it all the time. They want to have what this person has. They want this much views that this person is getting. They want this car that person drives. It's the thief of joy. It just is. What's for you is yours. The only person that can block that is you. The only person that can stop or stand in the gap of you and your goals is yourself. That's realistic. Because some women, they will take what she says and then run with it and say, oh yeah, my life's going to be better than that girl. So, I'm just going to do what I'm doing and focus on me. But better might not look the same. You might think that your life being better than hers is that, she live in a high rise and you got the penthouse. She drives a Mercedes and you got a Rolls. Like, you might think that that's what better is. And better might be that you have the peace of mind of having a husband, your family structure. The love that you receive from your home unit. You might think that better is tangible things or things that can be purchased, and they might not be. Your wholeness, you being whole, that's better. I feel like a lot of women do not understand, they always want the easy way. I always say this as well. It's like a lot of women, what they want is that, the things that they were never able to do or never to obtain. It seems like it's just so much easier now because all I got to do is just make a page and put myself out there. Sometimes show my face, sometimes not. Make people pay for it. And then I can just, not work a 9-to-5 anymore. I can just live whatever lifestyle I want to live. I can, go on vacation most of the time if I feel like it. But how do you feel about you? A lot of women will lie and say, I feel great. I feel this. No, how do you feel for real? I did a video, I think a couple years ago. There was a girl who was actually a worker. She wasn't a model. Okay, she took clients. And when she would talk about the way that she feels internally, there will be so many people in the comment section. Oh, sis, love you. Mwah, mwah. Oh, it's going to get better. But they don't understand that the same stuff that you're applauding that she does for work is eating her up. And then it's hard for her to switch and go get a real job because the funds are not the same. How can she pay for this lifestyle that she obtained doing these things? By getting a regular job. This is the reality that women need to see, that younger women need to see. You can do anything else. It's not about how you start. You might, like she said, she was sleeping on people's couches. She was, sometimes people got to use change, scrape to get by, just to buy food, whatever the case is. But there's so much pruning in that process that's necessary. It's character building. There's so much that comes within that process. Does everybody go through that process? No. Do some people get into certain situations where, their husbands provide for them financially and they go through that process in a different way? Maybe, absolutely. But everybody's story is not the same. And it's okay if you have to go through the hardship. It's okay that you're not living the quote unquote status quo, influencer lifestyle. That's okay. There's pruning in that process. There's edification in that process. And it's for you. It's purposeful. For you, for your story, for your growth. How beautiful it is that Candace can look back and say, man, I didn't even understand all those levels that I was going through, for growth at that time to be where I am at this point. But I understand now. I see it now. I get it now. I'm so glad that I didn't make those decisions. I'm so glad that you kept me. I love this conversation. Okay? I love this conversation. Again, I hope a lot of younger women see it. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this video. This is the only clip that somebody sent me. This is the only clip I saw. I believe there might be a longer conversation. I'll see if I can find it and put it in the description box. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.